It's limiting a lot of opportunities for people, and it's hard without baseball. I've been in baseball my whole life. I was just talking the other day. My birthday's the end of August, and I've been um, with the team or just traveling as a fan on my birthday for it was like 15, 16
Wow.
years. So, yeah,
So wait, what day's your birthday in August?
August 15th.
Oh, see, mine's the 30th. So
Oh, okay.
we're not even the same. Like I think you're a Libra, Leo,
Hmm.
and I'm a Virgo. Yeah. So if you were going to say August 30th, that'd be great. And we'd be even more tight in.
Yeah.
Um, with the minor leagues and the Pioneer League, I mean, this is such a great league, and losing it in Helena was terrible. But we've seen what Missoula did with upgrading the facilities. Great Falls with Centene, obviously. The old Cobb Field. It's still Cobb Field to me. I know it's Dealer Park, but it's still Cobb Field down there in Billings. But the Pioneer League goes back forever, and losing. What would it mean to these communities to lose the Pioneer League?
It's definitely a lot. There's tons of great professional baseball players that have started out their careers in the Pioneer League. So it definitely hurts the community. That's really fun going out and watching baseball games during the summer, and then seeing the players progress into the major leagues. So it's definitely hard.
Harrison, you've gotten the chance over the years with the Mustangs to hang out with some great young talent.
Mhm.
Who's your favorite guy that you've been a part of watching his career in Billings get started?
Um, I was a big fan of Sal Romano, Nick Senzel, a couple of those guys with the Reds right now, and Amir Garrett.
Hmm.
Those are some of my favorites that I've been with recently. I got to go down to spring training this past year and see a bunch of those guys that I had been with. The guy Nick Lodolo that we had last year, he was the number seventh overall pick. Got to talk to him a lot over spring training, and then Hunter Green, he was a fun guy to be around as well. So the Reds are a tremendous organization, and I've been blessed to work in their organization.
You followed the draft pretty intense the last couple of days too.
Yeah, the draft this year was a lot different. How it's been just 5 rounds because it's normally 40 rounds,
Yeah.
so it's a lot different. It was they always do an online draft, but it was a lot different. Seeing it on TV. So
Harrison Falk joining us, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. So with Billings, what exactly do you do? You're like the all around guy. I mean, because I went to a game you got us tickets last summer. We ended up getting rained on, so we left about the fifth inning because we had the little one with us. But great seats right behind the dugout. But you're everywhere. I mean, you're on the field, you're in the stands, you're getting food for the coaches. It looks like. I mean, I don't know exactly everything you do.
yeah, we had quite a bit of rain last year, so that was frustrating. But yeah, I travel with the team on the road. We have coaches coming in. I got to meet Dick Williams. I
Mm,
got to talk to him at spring training too. So I work a lot with the Reds dietitian. Her name's Ashley, and getting food for the team. And it's got to be healthy, obviously, because they're professional athletes
right.
and getting their bodies stronger. So I do a lot with the nutrition side of things and working with the athletic trainers and strength and conditioning coaches. And then, yeah, I get food for uh, the coaches and then umpires. We have to bring them fruit, some good food from the concessions. And then double hitters are always tough because I'm running around everywhere during that. And we had, I think, two this past year, two or three. Um, and then I travel with the team on the road. I do a lot of laundry, um, and then making sure the clubhouse is clean and everything.
So you're like the clubhouse attendant, you literally the jack of all trades. You are the perfect utility player, to use a baseball term.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was always a utility guy when I played as well. So
See, it fits. Harrison Falk, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. All right, MSUB. This is a NCAA Division II school. They have great athletes. Made a run to the Elite Eight with women's basketball a couple of years ago. This is a very nice university. I got to ask you this. First question about MSUB. When will they add football, and when will they drop to the NAI?
um, I don't know when we'll add football. That's a big question because there's only a couple teams in the GNAC for football, anyways. So um, I know that's been talked about, but probably 5 to 10 years.
It's a ways away,
Yeah,
especially because there probably won't be a football season this year.
I would hope there would be.
I do too. I need something to talk about, man. I have a sports talk show. But with MSUB, you get a chance to travel with them too, or no?
Yeah, I got to. I work with the baseball team this past 2 years under Coach Sutton and Coach Wright, and then Derek Wattups this year. And they were tremendous, and I got to do a lot with them. And so this year, the first trip, I got to go to San Diego with them, so that was a lot of fun.
You don't have to go to Alaska, which is always a good thing.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
a far trip.
Tough trip for.
You and I have. Well, you're a lot closer to him. Well, by the way, the Ross family says hi. Troy
Okay,
Strong.
yeah,
I got my Troy Strong bracelet on. Are you signed up for the blood drive in Billings?
I am not right now. No.
You need to. They got 2 days. Get it done. Harrison Falk joining us here. All right, so Daniel Cipriano. I had him on the show last spring, or just this past spring, but I guess in February. But this dude can mash.
Oh yeah.
With the season cut short, what's his future?
I think he's got a great future. I think right now he's going to be coming back in next fall. We have a lot of guys that are still coming back for that extra year of eligibility. And he's definitely a great guy. He can definitely hit, and he had a shoulder injury, as he talked about on your show last summer and stuff. And he's recovered well and had a really great spring until it got cut short. So I think he's got a great future ahead of him.
Mid-level draft pick, do you think?
I would hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's he's a good kid too, and that's what everybody looks at talent and they think the 5 tools and all that, but they really look at character a lot nowadays too.
Absolutely.
Harrison Falk, our guest here, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. All right, so what do you do with the Jackets baseball team? Same type of deal?
Yeah, so there was days where I would hit fungos. There were days where I would throw BP, just all around helping the coaches. So I would do a lot with the hitters. So I was never a really great pitcher, so I don't do a ton with pitching. But
well, they don't want you to be a good pitcher in throwing BP. They want it right down the middle and groove it so they can crush it.
oh yeah,
All right, so I got to ask you this: Are you what's your favorite metal bat like they have in D2 or the wood bat of the Pioneer League?
there's nothing better than the wood bat. I
Thank
think.
you.
But, metal bat's fun. I like the sound of it too.
Really?
So
I don't like the
I like
ping,
wood
man.
bat, though.
See, like with the wood bat, you can tell immediately if it's crushed. With
Yeah.
an aluminum bat or a metal bat, you can't get that same. It doesn't have that same tone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything's going to get hit out with an aluminum bat if these guys are strong enough.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, so you grew up where?
I grew up in Great Falls and went to CMR High School.
CMR and the home of the Rustlers, not the Bison. Which I think I'm a Bison guy. I never went to. I'm a Bozeman guy, but I don't know. GFH just always had more coaches that would talk to me. Plus, GFH didn't have Ryan Leaf. I joke, but because we have a little bit of a beef, as you've seen on Twitter. Harrison Falk, our guest here. All right, so why MSUB after leaving Great Falls?
I've always loved Billings. I was looking at athletic training from really since I was 12 and getting going with the Great Falls Voyagers. I started out as a bat boy and assistant clubhouse manager. Worked a lot with the athletic trainers. So there's two schools in Montana that have athletic training program, and it's University of Montana in Missoula and here in Billings. So I went on visits to both and really felt comfortable with Billings, and then obviously got the job with the Mustangs. So that was a really smooth transition.
You've gotten over the years to meet some great guys in the Pioneer League, both players and umpires, and as well as coaches. I did a story when I worked in Great Falls back in 2002, I believe, or maybe 2003. But I mic'd up a couple of the umpires for a game and hung out with them, and I mean it's an intense thing where they rub the balls. They have that special mixture that they have to put on the balls before each and every game. It's an intense process.
Oh yeah, it's fun getting to know the umpires for sure.
Was it the
They
Mississippi Mud? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Harrison Falk joining us here. Jason Walker, so Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. What was it like as a bat boy?
It was fun. Just that was my first job. I was in middle school, so it was really fun getting to know players and communicating with players throughout the years. I've always had a lot of fun doing bat boy to start out my career. That really got me in the door, I think, as far as clubhouse manager stuff. And I still talk to coaches from my first year in 2012, so it's really fun.
So you were there long after. So they were already the Voyagers then, because you're.
Yeah,
I mean,
they became the Voyagers in 2008. So, and my family had season tickets, so I still know guys from before I started working. So
that was with the White Sox. Before that, the Dodgers. My first year in Great Falls was their last year with the Dodgers, and then they became with the White Sox affiliate. But Brandon McCarthy traveled through there. Who
yeah.
was Brian Anderson, the top pick that year, and bonus baby and all the money, and he was there not very long before they moved him up. Is that tough when you get to know these guys, and then boom, they're gone? Because watching guys here in Helena, you get to know them, you get to talk to them, and then all of a sudden one day you show up and they're not there anymore.
Yeah, it's really tough. When we had Jonathan India a couple years ago with the Mustangs, I picked him up at the airport. That's another part of my job that I do is picking guys up at the airport, and then so I picked him up, and then 4 days later we had an injury in Dayton to one of their shortstops, so he had to go. So he was only here for 4 days, and he was a top draft pick, really nice guy, and so it was tough to. You get to know these guys really quick, and then they're gone. So it's tough.
You get to know the opposition managers too. Who's your favorite over the last few years on the opposition side?
Tim Esme was a great guy. He coached at Arizona State, and I'm a big Arizona State fan as well. So I was a big fan of his already, and then when he went to the White Sox, I got to know him really well as well. So that's one name that really sticks out to start. Pat Kelly was a great guy when I was with the Voyagers. He was the Mustangs manager for a couple years. I still talked to him a lot and got to see him in spring training, so that was a lot of fun.
Didn't the Mustangs have 4 or 5 years ago? Who's the manager? Dick Schofield?
Dick Schofield, yeah. I got to talk to him. He was really surprised to see me because it's so long ago that I got to see them. So
That's
I think
awesome.
that was 2014 and 15.
Yeah. What do you think of Nestor Corridor?
Nestor's a great guy. He was supposed to be in Double-A this year as their bench coach in Biloxi.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun having Nestor around.
Nestor was always one of my favorites to talk with here in Helena. And the game we actually got his tickets to last summer was when Colorado Springs was in town, or whatever they're called, the Rocky Mountain Vibes. But Nestor, he lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, he had surgery as well, and then it was just a lot of lifestyle changes. So Yeah, it was really cool to see. You can barely recognize him at
I know,
first.
right?
Number, so
It was crazy, but he's still the same old dude. I mean, he was
yeah.
still on the umpires and joking with the fans, and
hmm
they're in between pitches. What's your favorite part of what you do with MSUB? We'll get off the Mustangs for a second.
for MSUB, it's just getting. I think relationships are huge, whether that's in sports and in life. Relationships can take you a long way. So I'd say relationships are the biggest thing for MSUB and Mustangs and in life.
You get to hang out with some pretty cool coaches at MSUB too, with Mick Durham, Coach Wooden. I mean, there's
Yeah.
some great coaches right there that you can pick their brains too.
hmm And I doing the minor in coaching, so some of those classes have been cut, but um, I really enjoy coaching, reading a lot of books. So just getting to talk to some of the coaches like Coach Wooden and Alicia Breen.
Yeah.
I got to take a class with from her this spring, so that was really fun.
That Elite Eight team was it 3 years ago, 2 years
Yeah.
ago. They were so good, and so it was just a great storyline. Line. We followed it, across the state. But what was it like with you? Because you know them.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I did camera for the last couple of years. Started that my freshman year. Just sideline camera and just being up close and seeing that was really fun. Just getting to talk to them, um, and sending them good luck messages, before the games. So it was a lot of fun to see the growth throughout the year as well.
The growth around the campus over the last few years has been impressive too, and being a part of the MSU university system, Montana State, actually with the Cats, that's got to help too a little bit with the growth because everybody's just excited about athletics.
Yeah.
How much is it gonna suck if there's no fall sports or winter sports?
We have athletes on campus right now working out, so I think there will be fall sports, but it would definitely be a blow not to have fall sports this fall.
What's your dream job?
Um, Dream job would probably be major league athletic trainer or a director of player health. They do sports psychology, athletic training, and strength and conditioning. It's oversee the entire organization with player health. So that would be a role. I've already talked to the Reds guy,
Nice.
director of player health. I would love that position long term.
So you want to stay with baseball,
Absolutely.
and obviously the Reds would be your first choice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a Mets fan, so I mean, if you got to work with the Mets, that wouldn't be all that bad. Maybe finally we could have somebody as a fan, have a guy as a trainer or somebody that could stop all these injuries with the Mets, and then they can just win all the time. That'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, favorite player with the Reds?
Right now, probably Nick Senzel.
Okay.
Or Tucker Barnhart's a really fun catcher to watch. My sister's looked up to him as well.
Okay.
She's a softball catcher on a U18 team. And she's going into her sophomore year of high school.
Jay Bruce.
Jay Bruce was really fun to watch, and then he played for the Mets as well.
Yes,
So
he did. Twice.
yeah,
But decided he couldn't hit with the Mets, but he could with the Seattle Mariners, and you know how that goes. Anybody that goes to the Mets figures out they can't hit or pitch anymore, and then they go somewhere else and get good again. But I do have my Jay Bruce Mets cup that I drink out of every day, so my water.
very cool.
Yeah. All right. Memorabilia. Favorite piece.
Probably like signed would be Chris Carter. I'm not a big signature guy. I like pictures, but probably Chris Carter.
Okay.
He was one of my favorites. He played for Great Falls White Sox when I think it was back in 2007, and I got his autograph. So that was really cool.
How much autograph trading do you see going on, even at the Pioneer League level? Because these guys, they get to know each other, and especially the higher draft picks. Do you see any of that?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fans that ask for autographs, and so yeah, it's very cool to see. Some guys really enjoy signing autographs, so
And some don't.
yeah, some don't. Yeah,
All right, so you're not a member. You're not even allowed to ask for autographs, right? Or can you?
I'm not allowed to ask other people for autographs. I've never really been an autograph person,
Sure.
so I don't typically ask for any autographs.
That's cool. That's very cool. All right, so your favorite. So that's your dream job. All right, so who's your all-time favorite Major League Baseball player?
Barry Larkin and Ken Griffey Jr. and then Jim Thome as well.
Okay, so tell me the White Sox.
Pitching, probably Randy Johnson.
Okay, all right. I'm all good picks. So were you a Mariners fan growing up?
No, I wasn't.
Just okay.
I just love Ken Griffey Jr. The way he played. He was tremendous outfield and hitting. So
All right. So what do you think? Who has the sweetest swing of all time?
probably Ken Griffey
You can say
Jr.
Junior. Okay. Greatest hitter of all time.
Uh,
He shares my birthday. That's my pick.
what'd you say?
The guy that I choose shares my birthday with me. Teddy Ballgame. Ted Williams, the greatest hitter of all time.
Okay. Yeah.
Not bad for and he's a Red Sox, which is okay, but he's not a Yankee, which is better. All right, teams you absolutely refuse to root for.
San Francisco Giants.
Love it, like it. I love it. I can't root for the Dodgers. All right, player that you root against, or don't want to have succeed, I guess.
I would say Chris Archer.
Really?
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of him. So I'd say Chris Archer.
Okay. But he's so smooth. Like, I think he's got a great career as a broadcaster. After he pitches, because the couple years he did the playoffs, because Tampa, it was never any good, but when he was there. All right, favorite Major League Baseball stadium?
I haven't been to a ton of major league stadiums. When I went to Arizona this past spring, Chase Field looked really nice. It's on the same street as the Phoenix Suns stadium, so I watched the Suns game, and Chase Field looks really nice, but I haven't been there. I really liked Dodger Stadium.
Okay,
It's classic.
Yep. Well, somewhat. I mean, it's not Wrigley, right? All right.
Yeah, I've never been out over near Wrigley. So.
I haven't either. I've been to Chicago. I saw it from the Sears Tower. Went through the little scope thing. I don't know. I'm trying to explain. You put a quarter in, you can zoom in. It's like a binocular telescope. That's what it's called. All right. I'm anxiously awaiting to get the MSUB or Mustang's hat to hang out. That Mustang's hat's going to be collectible. Just let me know how much to send you, because I want to take care of that. But the Osprey won't send me anything.
Interesting.
I know, right? I'm just saying that Mustang's becoming one of my favorites. All right, favorite minor league park you get to travel to?
I mean, I would say Dealer, but I've worked there, so I really like Colorado Springs when I was working there, or when I got to travel there this year. That was a beautiful place, former AAA park.
Yep.
So I would say probably Colorado Springs.
Okay. Have you gone to Grand Junction?
Yeah, I've been everywhere in the
Okay.
Pioneer League.
Because I love Suplizio Field. I used to work in Grand Junction, and that is a beautiful facility with the stadium, and then you've got the football field right next door.
Yeah. I got to go in the skybox this year and see the football field as well.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool just to be up there seeing it down.
Well, MSUB would have a chance in the West Regionals, right, to play Mesa State, or Colorado Mesa had, if they ever make it together.
We got to play there this past year.
Oh, okay. I love that Coach Hanks is one of the greatest guys. But I covered Mesa State for a couple of years and spent a lot of time over at Simplesio. It's a beautiful ballpark.
Very cool.
Junior College World Series is there every year, which is fantastic. But hey, man, I appreciate you joining us. I hope everything goes well this fall for you and sports. And hopefully we can meet up next time I'm down in Billings. I think I'm going to be there this weekend, going to a rodeo down at Joliet. But
Very nice.
I got your number now. We're gonna I'll get a hold of you, and you're welcome on the show anytime, my man. And I love your comments on Twitter because you literally know every high school athlete in the state of Montana. So whenever they come on, you always have something awesome to say. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, that is.
Appreciate the opportunity, Jason.
Yep, thanks, man. Harrison Falk joining us here, Jason Walker Show. He knows a lot of sports and a lot of high school sports in the state of Montana, and we wish him the best. He got me some awesome baseball seats at Dealer last year. It was a great time. Good kid. Wish him the best. All right, we're going to come back to this last segment brought to you by Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
June is anniversary month at Ruckers Furniture, and you won't believe the savings you'll find on the largest selection of home